I am sitting here with Myron, and Myron has lost pretty much everything today. And so I am going to hand it over, and I'm going to ask him some questions about basically what happened today, what his story is, and what his viewpoints on some of these things are. So, Myron, what happened today?
We were swept. That's what they call it. They basically kicked us out where we were sleeping. They come in, they set a time, and if you're not out by that time, they give you 10, 20 minutes, and if you're not out, they take the rest of your stuff and throw it away. I lost probably $2,000, $2,500 worth of stuff today. 52-inch TV that I got, a bunch of bike parts, bike frame I was trying to restore and rebuild, blankets, a few tools, just things that I need to survive. Now my nice big 12-man tent that I worked up to from nothing is going to be pretty empty. So, you know, my bike is gone too. They took it.
They took everything.
Pretty much. I got my clothes, my food, some cooking utensils, my bedding, my bed, and that's about it. And my tent.
Can you explain for people why it is so hard to grab everything and go?
Believe it or not, I know people realize this at home, but you seem to accumulate things more than you think you accumulate. So, you know, trying to pack it up and put it on something that you can move it all with, because if you leave any of it behind, it's getting peeled.
Yep.
Somebody's going to take it. And I've lost, God, I've lost thousands of dollars worth of stuff since I've been out here. I've been out here almost 2 years. Well, a little over 2 years now.
2 years.
So it's May, January, February, March, April 25th of 2017.
What happened?
I got thrown out of a recovery convalescent center.
Okay.
I believe it is for helping the elderly that wasn't getting the attention they needed. I'd be sitting out in the hallway in my wheelchair, and somebody would turn their light on, and the staff would be sitting there playing on their phones and not ignoring the light. So I would go say something, whether it be to them or the boss. And then out of nowhere, oh, your insurance is going to be up on the 25th. You got to be out. None of my family's ready for me to get out of this recovery center. I just got out of a very serious, major surgery.
What was the surgery for?
Scoliosis.
Okay.
I've got 4 blocks, 2 titanium bars, and probably a dozen or so screws holding my spine straight. Because it was like the S-curves.
So you're disabled living out here?
Yes. I can, you know, I've never went to physical therapy. I was 397 pounds when I got out. I've managed to do it on my own with no doctor's help, get down to 267. I'm a lot stronger than I was, but I still have issues with certain things like my balance. But it's easier for me to ride that piece of junk bike over there than it is to walk with my walker, because I'm not packing all my weight. Even at 267, it's still a lot of weight to pack in the middle of your healing process.
Yes, yes.
But I have lost most of my weight because of that bike.
What kind of medical care are you getting?
None.
Why not?
I don't like doctors.
Okay.
I do have a great doctor, though. I can't deny that. I've had her for 12 years. She's awesome. I love her to death. But after this surgery, I just don't want to go see a doctor. I had like 16 doctors until I had my surgery. Now I have one. And I haven't seen her in probably a year and a half.
Are you from Seattle?
No.
Okay, where are you from?
I am Washingtonian, though.
Well, to me it doesn't matter. I'm just asking if you're from Seattle.
I was born in McClary, Washington.
Okay.
I spent my time back and forth between McClary and Elma, because I had grandparents in McClary and grandparents in Elma. My grandparents in Elma had a dairy farm. So I tried to spend as much of my time there as I could. I loved it. But, yeah, that's how I was brought up. I was born in the 60s. So, you know, a lot of things are a lot different back then than they are today. Way different. Like being ADHD.
Yeah.
What the hell was that back then?
It didn't get treated.
Exactly. I'm a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
I've had to learn how to control it. I have my days that I can't. But most overall, I can. When I used to do meth, for instance, it's like Ritalin for me. It just slows me down, makes me relax.
So it's a type of self-medication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to, or I would go crazy. I'd drive everybody crazy. Especially myself. That's terrible.
How long have you been in recovery?
Okay, we're on the 7th. This is 2019, right?
Yep.
27 months and 5 days.
So most of your time recovery you've spent out on the streets.
48 days after my surgery, I was out here.
And you're in recovery.
Yep. And I'm doing it all on my own.
What have people's attitudes towards the homeless done to you?
Pissed me off. I get, we have to do things we don't like to do. I feel it's degrading myself to make money just so we can survive. And
Panhandling?
Yes.
Okay, I used to spank you.
I know, but it's
It's
a hard thing to admit, especially on something like this grandiose thing,
Yeah.
But I get people yelling at me, get a job, you're a fucking lazy bastard, get a job. Yeah, if you stop and talk to me for a minute, you'll find out I can't get a job, and why. And the fact that I don't like doing this. My grandparents and my parents did teach me, some right things, Like I said, the 60s to 70s are a lot different. I'm 52,
Okay.
just so you know. I'll be 53 next month.
I'm going to be 41 Saturday.
Youngster. I've got 3 younger brothers and 4 sisters.
Okay.
I am the oldest.
You're the oldest?
I have been taught all my life to protect my siblings, and I do just that. Even in the condition I'm in right now, I will go to bat for them anytime, any place, anywhere. I do not care. My family always comes first. That's just the way I am. That's the way I was brought up.
Have they been part of your life since you've been out here?
My sister and her 2 sons have been. I went to the prison a while back for meth and all that, selling it and whatnot. And the oldest one was 4 years old, and Brian was only 8 months. And I took the rap for her and me because we were partners. So my nephews would stay within the family, or end up, back to her. And they worked, and she got them back. But yeah, I took the rap for it. Did 5 years instead of 18 to 24 months. And to me, it's worth it. And they know what I did.
Yeah.
And they love me for it.
Yeah.
And they're more or less my bodyguard now.
So how do you find ways to make it work out here? How do you stay alive?
By minding my own business. The less I know, the better off I am. Everybody should think that, but they don't. They want to make things difficult and have their nose up everybody's butts. I mean, come on. Just be yourself and do the right thing. How hard going, bomb?
All day.
But yeah, it's just, how hard is it to do the right thing? My surgery made me realize some of that in myself.
Right.
They told me being under a knife for 7 hours, even for a healthy person, is a long time. Complications could happen. I was under for 13 hours. So Joel from Outreach helped me out. Got what stuff I could get from there. I told you already, the bedding and all that and whatnot, my tools, and I had to watch the rest of it get thrown away into the back of a dumpster truck. It broke my heart. I worked hard, a lot of saving change and pennies and whatever you can get, or even saving money just so you can get these things. You have to cut out smoking, like I do. That's a habit I need to quit anyway. Or my pot for my anxiety. I have to cut something out of there, or eating even. It's just what you got to do.
Even get basic necessities.
Yeah. Even though we got all these people, some people out here that like the UGM. How do you say that? The mission.
UGM.
Yeah. Okay, it's UGM. They're a godsend for us, and a lot of them are really cool people. And some of the food banks, they need to get something better going with them.
West Seattle's amazing. West Seattle's the best food bank I've ever been to in my life.
And you know what? I don't know my ass from the hole in the ground around here. I know how to get where I need to go in certain places, and that is it.
Alright, I'll show you where the Seattle Food Bank is, because that thing is amazing. They have fresh fruits, vegetables.
Now, see, none of the other food banks that I know of I've ever been to have those. And it's mostly, stuff that Starbucks is throwing out, or tons of tomato soup that nobody wants, or tomato sauce, or just, crazy shit. Every once in a while we get milk and eggs.
No, they get milk and eggs every month there.
But, they get, like 2% milk. Now, who drinks that? That's watered down. I'm used to my milk coming out of the cow, going to a gallon jar, into the refrigerator, cream scraped off in the morning, shaken up, and poured in the pitcher and put on the breakfast table. That's the way milk should be.
I drink 1%, so...
What is wrong with you?
I don't like creamy milk.
Huh?
I don't like creamy milk.
It's not creamy.
My mom drinks skim.
Oh, that's even worse.
I used to drink skim.
But, everybody in the world has one major addiction. You think pot would be mine. It's not. It's milk.
Milk?
Oh, yeah, I sit down and meal, I can drink a half gallon.
I was going to say,
I go, people that let me get away with it, I drink a gallon or two a day. I love it. It keeps me full. It keeps me from snacking on a bunch of junk that I don't need. And I like it. I don't even drink. Once in a great while I might, and it's a great while before I do. Like my birthday, I might have a beer or two or a shot or two. But that's about it. I smoke my weed. Come hang out with these guys every so often. And that's about it. I don't go to movies, or, I go do shopping when I can, and that's the hard part. When I'm out shopping, I have a walker, which is not here right now. She's got one that's just kind of like it that I gave to her. Ask unless I really need help. It's just I've got to do it on my own. I live by myself. I have friends come stay tonight.
Do you have a tent now?
I have it. I think it's 10 by 18. 12-man, 3-room tent. I started out with a 2-man tent, and I'm 6'6". Does that sound right? It's taken me 2 years to build up to this 12-man tent, and now it's falling apart because there's zippers. Me and zippers just don't clash.
Yeah, the zippers are always the worst part.
Because the little flap they put out there to cover the zipper so they don't get wet and rusted, always gets caught.
Yeah, it does.
So I end up breaking my zippers.
I know. Do you use dental floss to sew it back, or?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
We always use dental floss.
That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew it to the front door shut and start using the back door.
Yeah, use dental floss. It'll hold better.
I never thought about using dental floss. That's a good idea. Now, see, some of my friends, like these guys, Dwayne, Raphael, I took this as like camping, and you can't. And they made me see that and realize that.
Can you tell people how that is? Why you can't look at it that way?
Because you'll fail. You'll be a total failure. You have to get your own wood, your own water, blankets or whatever you need to keep yourself warm, clothes. It's a constant, everyday, non-stop thing.
It's a battle.
Exactly. And I'm not supposed to be doing any of this at all.
Medically.
Medically, yes.
According to your doctors, you are not medically supposed to be here.
Yeah, 'cause I'm permanently retired, and I hate it. I'd rather be making money, even if it's at a job that I have to sit down most of the time. It'd be more than what I get. And it's just, if you stop, you're just, I can't. And everybody gets, why don't you take a day off? Who's going to do it for me if I do? Are you? No. Are you? No. Because you got your own shit you got to do. And like you said, it's a non-stop, constant battle. And then we get, all these businesses and places to where, so what, give up a little bit of water. What's it going to hurt? Is it really going to get charged that much for 5-10 gallons of water? Been involved with that yet. This is the closest thing I've gotten to so far.
Okay.
As you're the first one that has ever interviewed me on anything.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, that's but they go and put locks on.
Thank you for speaking, because
They put locks on. We're getting water out of the back of the bank.
Yeah. The water.
on Occidental.
You guys have a lock?
No, they took a piece of brass about that big around, about that long, stuck it over the faucet, and put a padlock on the end of it.
Really?
Yeah, and I can understand why they did it. Because people go up there to get the water, and they're too lazy to put the garbage cans back. If you move something, put it back. Leave it exactly the way you found it. The water on the concrete or on the grass or on the dirt, that ain't no big deal. That's not going to hurt nothing. Might even help whatever's there grow. But put it back the way you found it.
Question: do you think when people don't do that, do you think that they're exhibiting a lack of respect for others because others have shown a lack of respect towards them in their lives?
They're showing a lack of respect to themselves. Not to others, to themselves. To live like a sow or pig. You go to most of these camps, and all you see is trash everywhere.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the one over there. It was really picked up.
Well, there happens to be a gentleman over there that really does care, but I don't know how far his careness goes when it comes to other things, that gets on people about it. He was doing it when I was there. I had a fence built over there, and they all didn't like it because I was trying to protect what was most important to me. Me. And my belongings. And so once somebody even threatened to shoot me, I just turned around and looked down and said, I don't give a fuck. Turned around and walked away. I didn't care, and I don't care. That to me is a stupid person. Do you really have to resort to violence to get something done?
Have you been attacked out here?
No. And I feel sorry for the person that does. For me, going up and downstairs, for instance, to get to the shower, you gotta climb a set of stairs like this. And there's like 25 of them. And you have 1 hour to take a shower. All right, it takes me 10, 15 minutes to get up them stairs. Another 10 or so just to catch my breath and be able to do anything. By the time I get my clothes off, I got 10 minutes, maybe 15 to take a shower. I mean, it's ridiculous to make it so difficult.
And is that what you're finding? Is that there's just a lot of barriers to doing anything? Like everything
Everywhere,
takes 10 times more?
everything we do, we have a barrier. Everything. It doesn't, and it seems like everywhere we go, somebody will tell you you're homeless. They just know. Right now, I'm filthy. That's because I had work to do today. I had to fix the tire on the bike behind me, or over there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm filthy.
Do you work on?
I go. People let me get away with it. I drink a gallon or two a day. I love it. It keeps me full. It keeps me from snacking on a bunch of junk that I don't need. And I like it. I don't even drink. Once in a great while I might, and it's a great while before I do. Like my birthday, I might have a beer or two or a shot or two. But that's about it. I smoke my weed. Come hang out with these guys every so often. And that's about it. I don't go to movies, or, I go do shopping when I can, and that's the hard part. When I'm out shopping, I have a walker, which is not here right now. She's got one that's just kind of like it that I gave to her. But for me to go long distances, walking, I have to take it with me or I can't do it. Walking around here right now, I can do for a little bit, but after a while, the lower part of my back starts to hurt, and it tells me it's time to lay down. So I have to lay down for a little while. So it'll relax it. Other than that, and then I ended up sleeping for 2 or 3 days because I'm too sore to do anything. But like I said, I was telling you before we started this, there is people out here who want to be out here. People who don't want to be out here. But I really do blame society because they don't give a fuck about nothing but themselves. And that's not going to keep us alive. It's going to kill the planet before, the sun does. I bet you we do. I bet you. Can't give you a prediction of when.
Yeah.
But I know I'm not going to be here. But something's going to happen that we're going to kill this planet before Mother Nature does. What's his face that does the things it's about the stars and all that, Sagan or whatever? Mm-hmm. He's a hard person to understand. But he said something about some explosion we're supposed to have with a star or something, millions of years from now or thousands of years from now. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens before that. But I think us as human beings are going to destroy this place.
So if I
I hear you, Ray. You're saying that we have a responsibility to one another.
Exactly. We're supposed to be watching each other's backs, not trying to put him in the dumpster because he looks funny, or throw me out of where I'm at because I'm disabled and I care about other people. When I first got out here, not one person went on to help me. Not one. And now that I'm in the condition I am and I can help myself pretty much, everybody wants to help me. And if I need help, I'll ask. You can ask him. He'll tell you that. And so will she. I won't.
So that's pretty much everything. Do you have anything else to add?
I want the American people to realize that we're not out here to make mess. Well, some of us are. We just want to live our lives. Just leave us alone and let us be. Yeah, some areas are messy and some aren't. And this idea of making a concentration camp for the homeless, it's going to cause major, major problems.
I know, it's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea because they're going to play hell getting me in there.
Concentration camp for anybody is a bad idea.
Well, that's what they want to do. They want to
yeah.
circleize us into one spot and control it. You're going to have a right like you're not going to believe. And there's housing right now for 100 people. What about the other 14,900 that are out here? Come on, there's all kinds of flawless, empty. I'm sorry, I'm getting upset about this
No,
now.
it's okay. It's okay.
There's, I don't know how many fucking empty buildings I've seen. Close to downtown, away from town. They're just sitting there going to waste. Thousands of rooms could be built.
But because they want to wait for that one person to pay them.
Out the ass. I get $770 a month. What kind of rent can I pay with that here in Seattle area? From right here towards Seattle.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Even if I got my housing, I'm still gonna have to give up almost half to 3/4 of my check just to have it. And then I have to pay rent, electric, cable if I want it, my phone, things you have to have. I might as well be out here. Same thing.
Yeah. Housing is a human right, and it's part of healthcare.
Yes, I believe there's something somewhere that says that you're not allowed to, or they're not allowed to disturb a man where he sleeps. Why'd they do it then? And why do they spend more money sweeping us instead of housing us?
That I don't know, and it costs more for the sweeps to
I know
happen
it does.
and for that to take place than it does to house people, and it really confounds me as to why they are directing funds to hurting people rather than helping them.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Why hurt somebody for no reason? Because that's what they're doing. It's for no reason. There ain't a reason to hurt someone. If they did wrong to you, there's other ways of doing it.
But the homeless population didn't do anything wrong to Seattle.
No, it's just been left a few messes here and there. But they have a good idea with having a couple trucks go around picking up the garbage. If you could get everyone else to cooperate and do the same thing on all the camps, and then they got the little houses. Oh, I love this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay.
I started there. It was dead of winter. Everybody knows how cold it was in 2016.
Yep, that's when I got here.
I was in the main tent you have to go into before you get your house. I froze my ass off every night, the whole winter, because one of the guys that they call the triad didn't like me for no reason.